The United States seems to be pairing Ukraine and Georgia together in some contexts, particularly with regard to dealing with Russia. Vice President Biden's trip to Ukraine and Georgia is one example. What are your expectations from the Vice President's trip? Is a key purpose to reassure Ukraine and Georgia about President Obama's visit to Moscow? Or do you see the trip as going beyond that in its purpose?
First of all, I would like to say that definitely each country has its, so to say, own merits and is important per se. Speaking about the expectations, definitely we expect to discuss some very broad strategic issues. And we expect to hear the reconfirmation of those statements that, as I said, were already pronounced by the leading members of this administration, and they concern support of Ukraine, support of its development as a democratic state looking for the membership in European and Euro-Atlantic institution, to hear again about the willingness, I believe so, of this administration to work with Ukraine in order to develop the strategic partnership between our two countries. That's what we expect at the general level, but definitely we also expect to discuss some practical matters, how we can do that. For example, to look at the restructuring or maybe raising the level of the existing coordinating mechanisms, other fora which are used by our two countries to discuss most important issues of the bilateral agenda. So it's both general, and it's quite understandable because of the first visit of the high-ranking representative of this administration, actually the second highest-ranking representative of Obama administration, and it also has its practical aspect to see how we can work together in the most efficient way.
Thank you. Does President Medvedev's announcement of the construction of a naval facility in Novorossiysk signal that the Russians have accepted Ukraine's position that the Black Sea Fleet will not remain in Sevastopol past 2017 when the existing lease expires?
Well, again, I can only say in my personal capacity. So if it is so, that's definitely it's a very welcome sign, and I hope it's really so. But our position is definitely is not going to change, that we expect the Russian Black Sea Fleet leave in 2017 as it is stipulated by the agreement. And we always actually stressed that it's going to be a pretty difficult, even logistically difficult process, and Russia should be getting started preparations early enough.
Do you see then that this announcement may signify a potential intention by Russia to reduce tensions with Ukraine?
I can only say I hope so.
All right. How do you see the development of the Nabucco gas pipeline, for which there was a new agreement just signed? Do you think this will provide a greater incentive for Russia to be a reliable supplier and Ukraine to be a reliable transit country as far as the Europeans are concerned?
Well, actually, we have been always in favor of diversification of the sources of energy supply to Europe. And it's exactly within this framework we are looking at Nabucco. And we have made it quite clear that we are ready to cooperate with all, so to say, viable and efficient projects in this regard with our European partners. How it will be viewed by Russia, again, I can only sort of defer this question to Russia, how they would be looking at that. But from our point of view, definitely more diverse are the sources of energy supply to Europe, better it's for Europe and better it's definitely for Ukraine, who looks forward to be a part of the European energy market.